a dating period that lacked spontaneity, a hastened wedding proposal, and over-the-top PDAs. After half a decade in the national spotlight, we're finally beginning to know why Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff's marriage has always felt kind of off. Unlike many other new couples in the first throes of love, Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff's dating days were far from spontaneous and carefree. After Emhoff met Harris when they were both in their late 40s, he conducted the courtship more like a potential business opportunity than a burgeoning romance. Harris revealed on Instagram, "The morning after our first date, Douglas Emhoff emailed me a list of his available dates for the next couple of months. He said, 'I want to see if we can make this work.' We've been making it work ever since." Well, at least he didn't ask her to contact his personal assistant to pencil something in. Still, Harris also did little to add the fairy dust and flowers to their union. Her idea of a hot date would fall flat with most. She wrote in her 2019 memoir, The Truths We Hold: An American Journey, "Attending a speech about the ills of truancy isn't exactly what most people think of as a romantic date, but the event was Doug's coming out. The first time I'd invited him to join me at a professional gathering." The two also scheduled a date in their diaries to discuss their relationship progress and decide on a future strategy. Harris shared in her book, "We agreed to commit to each other for 6 months and to reevaluate our relationship at the end of it."
Love at first sight. We were literally talking about our future by the end of that first date.
Emhoff's proposal to Harris was far from a fairy tale. In her 2019 memoir, Harris shared that she was hunting through her closet for a pair of jeans to take on vacation to Italy when Emhoff seized the moment. He said that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. Harris then recalled what happened next, writing, "When I looked up, he was getting down on one knee. I looked at him there on one knee and burst into tears." Emhoff originally wanted to propose to her in Italy, but things didn't work out as planned. Harris wrote, "Once he had the ring, it was burning a hole in his pocket. He couldn't keep it secret." The couple married 5 months later, in August 2014, in a ceremony officiated by her sister. They swapped vows in the Santa Barbara courthouse's mural room, blending cultures with the Indian tradition of exchanging flower garlands and the Jewish ritual of breaking the wedding glass. In stark contrast to many other political spouses, Harris and Emhoff frequently shout their love from the rooftops and engage in steamy PDAs. And it's not just a peck on the cheek for these two. They often go full-on lip lock, such as when Emhoff went in for a big smooch in front of an audience of UCLA students in November 2022. Harris and Emhoff also regularly give gushing interviews and issue proclamations about their deep feelings on social media. Emhoff shared in a February 2019 post on X, "We met, fell madly in love, still are, got married, and continue to live very happily ever after." Harris has also spoken passionately about her love for her husband in the press. She told Now This in July 2019, "I love my husband. He is funny, he is kind, he is patient, he loves my cooking. He's just a really great guy." Harris also saved the first voicemail Emhoff left her for posterity. She told Jennifer Hudson in April 2023,
"It just rambled on and on and on. And it was just the cutest thing."
When you have children, it's always a plus if you can maintain a good relationship with your ex after you part ways. This is something Doug and Kirsten Emhoff excelled at. Still, the two, who are parents to Cole and Ella, have managed to take good relationships to a whole other level. Proving that there is no bad blood between them, Kirsten has become Harris's biggest cheerleader, leaping to her defense after 2021 footage resurfaced of J.D. Vance, branding her and other Democratic women as childless cat ladies. Kirsten told CNN, "For over 10 years, since Cole and Ella were teenagers, Kamala has been a co-parent with Doug and I. She is loving, nurturing, fiercely protective, and always present. I love our blended family, and I'm grateful to have her in it." Harris expressed her feelings for Kirsten in a 2019 essay for Elle, writing, "Kirsten is an incredible mother. Kirsten and I hit it off ourselves and are dear friends." Kirsten is also a fervent supporter of Harris's career. She attended her VP inauguration and is totally here for her presidential bid. After posting a Time cover that featured Harris, Kirsten wrote on Instagram, "It's time for Democrats to put their differences aside and find common ground. We can't give up and lose to Donald Trump. All hands on deck. Kamala Harris for president." As Melania Trump has proved, Washington spouses don't have to share a passion for politics. However, some do, as proven by Barack and Michelle Obama and, of course, Bill and Hillary Clinton. Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff, though, not so much. Although there's little doubt that the second gentleman embraces the same ideology and values as his wife, he's decidedly lukewarm when it comes to the world of politicking. In fact, aside from voting in each election, Emhoff couldn't have cared less until Harris was elected vice president. He told Marie Claire in October 2020, "I was just a lawyer with kids trying to make a living. I'm not overly political. I'm overly her husband. Still, Emhoff has thrown himself into Washington life head first and wholeheartedly. He quit his career as a successful entertainment attorney to concentrate full-time on supporting Harris and making the most of the platform provided to him as first gentleman. And he has no time for alt-right mockery over his choices. Emhoff said in May 2022, "Lifting women up so that they can carry out important roles is a very manly thing. That is not taking away opportunities from men. I also want to say that Vice President Harris lifts me up and helps me with my duties. We help each other.